Welcome to another episode of Black Man's Thoughts. I'm sorry about that. I was up there talking for about a good 45 seconds before I realized the video wasn't even on. But again, man, I'm out here out back. I didn't really feel like walking today, but again, y'all know what time it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. Is the day. The you know we on the you know what I'm saying? We on the tube. We on the TV screen. The Baltimore Ravens. We on the spotlight. That's the word I look for. We got the spotlight today. We playing the Las Vegas Raiders in their new stadium. That's a historic game. First ever time fans is allowed in that stadium. So mark that down. We know that that's going to ever be written down in the history books. The Baltimore Ravens. Happy because I want to say either last year, we didn't get as much what's it called, TV time as I like. When they keep giving it to the Browns and the Steelers and all these teams that I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, we deserve some love, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? The Browns lost a tough one yesterday. You know what I mean? I can't blame them. They came out there doing everything they needed to do to win. They was playing very, very smart defense. Had the Chiefs second guessing, had them on their toes. Hold on, my bad. I gotta like this. Had them on their toes, and the game was going their way. I think at one time they was up by was it like 22-10, 22-9? It was up pretty damn big. But it's something about Andy Reid. It's something about Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. That connection, man, may be the greatest connection ever. I mean, I used to, you have great teams like Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Little Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. I mean, these was really great teams with having three bona fide offensive stars that would just dominate every game. And now you're looking at the Chiefs, and they got that talent. I mean, just think they had Kareem Hunt at one time. They had so much talent, man, and it just shout out to the Chiefs organization and scouts and talent development, and just knowing what type of players to get to fit that system. That's one thing that I'm hoping Eric DeCosta do. It's not only get good players, but we actually started to develop them. I know a few times he's talked about, developing players better. You know what I mean? Getting better player development. That's what we have to focus on, and I think that's what we have been focusing on. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we're on a cusp of having an offense like that, and we'll see. This is the first game to tell. The first time we got an offense. First time we can really tell. We went over the injuries. We're not going to go over that again. But we're going to get into who we're playing. We're playing on the Raiders. I think, like I said, our offense is going to be better. We're going to see today for sure. I'm hoping that I hope we create a lot of space problems. Mismatch problems. Get out in space. Quick dump off passes, quick short passes. Let our playmakers make plays. I think that's what we were lacking. Let's not try to make the line, hold their blocks all super long. Let's get the passes out quickly, decisive, effective. That's what we talked about. Efficient passes. It doesn't need to throw for 38, 39 passes. Be efficient. If you're efficient, throwing for 25. You know what I mean? About 25 to 28 times today. I think that that's a good number for Lamar. I really do. I think that he's capable of taking over the game with his arm if he needs to. But if he doesn't need to, you know what I mean? Let's get our offensive line gelling. Let's get them, get them some confidence. Let them bulldoze, and that's a big offensive line we got. So, but anyway, okay, let's get into this, man. We're playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Some of their key players, of course, Derek Carr, Darren Waller, we had him as a receiver. I liked him. I thought he was good. I don't think that he was used enough or given enough time to really develop. And look what he had. Look what happened. He goes to somewhere else, somewhere else, and he does good. They got Josh Jacobs. They got Snead, who also played with us. I know another player. They got a Jermaine Illuminor, and he was also a lineman for us. They got Henry Ruggs III, Yannick Ngakwe. He played for us last year. They have Big Gerald McCoy, who I think is a tremendous defensive player. As a backup quarterback, they got Marcus Mariota. They also got Patrick Onawuasor, played for us as well. And the backup running back is Kenyon Drake. 6'1", 212 pounds. He's playing backup. He ran for 955 yards last year, averaged 5.5 yards per carry. And why did I bring that up? Because Josh Jacobs may be out. Now, if they have him, obviously that's a nice little 1-2 punch for the Raiders. Having Josh Jacobs and backing him up as a Kenyon Drake, who at one point in time was a really, really good back, and I still think he got a lot of juice in him. The Raiders are going to be without Rich Incognito as well. He's out, I believe. I don't know who else is out. Maybe some more out. Hopefully Josh Jacobs doesn't play. Hopefully he's out as well. I know he's been limited in practice, and I know a few people haven't been practicing, so we shall see when the game time comes for the last installment of who's playing and who's not. I'm sure they'll show that on TV or whatever. I know Josh Jacobs, like I said, was limited in practice earlier this week. And I've been hearing that it's not looking good. But you never know. One shot of a pain reliever, whatever he's going through, he'll probably be out there. The Raiders was finished top 10. One of the top teams in passing. I think top 10 in passing yards. There was 11th, top 11, 11th in passing TDs. 3 spots above us, so they was a little bit better than us. There was top 6 last year in 20-yard passes, passes that went over 20 yards. They were in the top 6 of that, and top 4 in 40-yard pass connections. You know what I mean? So they get the ball downfield. They have some speed down there. Darren Waller's a mismatch nightmare. Oh no, we got Marcus Peters out. Who's going to be on Ruggs? Who's going to be on Waller? I think they have another receiver as well. I can't remember. I thought I had it written out, so that's my bad. I know they have another piece though as a pass catcher. He may not be really, really well known, but he's very effective, I believe. But yeah, they finished top 10 on pass protection, which means they're hard to sack. They're very hard to sack. John Gruden, we all know John Gruden. He's an offensive mind. He's an offensive mind now. Whether you like him, whether you don't like him, whether you think he won his championship off of Gruden, that's up for your own personal debates. But we know that he does have a championship under him with Tampa Bay. He had a really good team, obviously put together by John Gruden, but I mean not John Gruden, but I want to say, dang, it just was at the top of my head. Another coach put the team together, but he coached them, he got them going, and part of that is because he's such a good offensive mind. He's able to get very, very creative. So I expect this to be. People act like this is going to be an easy game. This is not going to be an easy game, y'all. It could be because we have a better team, but what I'm saying is that they put a lot of pressure on defenses. They know how to score. They can score easily. So, that's something that we have to account for on their key players. They're middle of pack in rushing, but they were top 10 in rushing TD. Like I said, Josh Jacobs was really good last year. Hopefully he doesn't play. He sits out this game, and, then we don't know that, they only have Kendrick Drake, and we can definitely, you know what I mean? I don't think Kendrick Drake is going to tear us up anytime soon. Here's their defense, though. They're a bottom 10 in passing yards allowed, bottom 10 in rushing yards allowed, and bottom 10 in receiving yards allowed. Their power ranking right now as it stands is ranked number 15. We're 5, so obviously, projected we have a better team, but their defense is suspect. And coincidentally, I think that this is where we can exploit, get some players on the same page. Well, get this game under our belt, get on the same page with get some timing down with Hollywood, with Watkins. Make sure go out there, man, and get the line start to gel a little bit. See who's out there, see who can play, see who can't play. Because for a lot of us, this is the first time we've seen the full starting line together. And to be honest with you, they haven't had that much time to gel. So it'll be interesting how the line plays. A lot of teams yesterday that I watched, well, some of the teams like the Steelers, the Bengals, who have line problems, like for the Steelers, like they just did quick passes, and I think that to uh, to stop us from putting too much pressure on this young offensive line, that we have to get the ball out of Lamar's hand. Get the ball out of Lamar's hand. I think a lot of times he held the ball on a little bit too long, and I think that because the lack of talent, you know what I mean, and trying to get people open. But I think that with these new receiver coaches and better talent at receiver, we're going to be open quicker, or we're going to be out of our breaks quicker, or we can be in position where Lamar doesn't have to hold on the ball. So, like I said, I think that the Raiders can and will put up some points. I like our matchup against them. It sucks losing Marcus Peters, but I do think that Anthony Everett will be fine. I don't think that there's nobody as a receiver that's going to go out there and just dominate us, while they have the ball, except maybe a mismatch problem on Waller because he's so much bigger than Marcus Peters. I mean, what's his name? Marlon Humphrey. And maybe cause a mismatch against our inside linebackers. So we shall see. I think that's the really only threat besides Carr. And, Carr's a vet. He's seen it all. Wink is going to blitz. Carr has seen it all. And counter that, Carr is a very good passer against the blitz. And John Gruden is going to expect the blitz. So we're definitely going to have to get our linebackers dropping in coverage because they're going to throw the ball. They know, especially if Josh Jacobs is banged up, they know, we all know that they're coming out throwing that ball. It's John Gruden. He's going to throw the ball. So it'll be interesting to see who's active, who's inactive, how many defense backs do we have who gets banged up. We lose a Jimmy or Tavon, then that means that Marlon Humphrey's going to definitely have to maybe go to the slot. I don't know. I heard something about maybe what's it called? Our 6'4" quarterback, McKestry. I forgot his name. I'm butchering his name. I'm sorry. I read somewhere that maybe he could cover Ruggs because of his speed. I'm like, yeah, but he's young. He's young, man. Carr would pick him apart. Carr would go directly at him. So I would like to see this matchup, see how Wink throws these cornerbacks out there. Obviously, Anthony Everett's going to get challenged. We know he's going to get challenged. He's going to get challenged often, I think. But I think that if he shows poise and confidence and composure early, I think that that's really going to bag up Carr from really targeting him. And it's good to see how Tavon Young's going to look. He hasn't played this high a level in how long? You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how Patrick Queen, when his time is to guard Waller, can he make the adjustments? Can he make the improvement? Waller is very fast. I think Waller wearing like a 4.4. It's like 260, man. Like the dude can run, he can move. You know what I mean? He's just so fast. And I always thought he was really fast and good, even as a receiver, man. I really think that if we had better receiver coaches and more time with Waller, we could have used Waller. We could have made it work. Whether we just use him as an athletic gadget player or something, or just a wide split him out and just cause a mismatch. There's no reason why we couldn't have used the Waller if the Raiders could. So it'll be interesting to see, knowing that Waller has turned himself into one of the top offensive tight ends in the league, how they going to get confidence and use him. They're going to split him out more, or they're going to just move him all over the field as their gadget player. How are they going to use him? I'm excited about that. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a good game. I'm a scorer. I predict 24 to, I predict 24 to 13. I got us winning 24-13. Um, Obviously, both teams can put up way more points than that. So we're going to see. Um, what should I expect out of Lamar? I I expect Lamar to go out there as a vet. We got to start saying, yo, Lamar, he's the vet now. You know what I mean? He's starting to put on some years as our starting quarterback. So I expect him to go out there, show some composure, get everybody lined up, keep everybody calm. The nerves, the jitters is going to be out there. I think I'm expecting him to go out there and be poised in the pocket, to stand in the pocket. At some point in time, we have to have and see Lamar standing in the pocket, throwing them throws. I would like to see him run less. A lot of people say, oh, Lamar's got to carry it. I don't want to see him take the shots that Josh Allen was taking. I don't. I'm not saying that he usually does. He usually does a good job of protecting himself, but I don't want to see my quarterback taking those type of shots because Josh Allen is a lot bigger. So I would like to see him, really, really get comfortable in our pocket. I would like to see him trust our line a little bit. See who he's going to trust out there besides Andrews. Hopefully in his mind, he's thinking, I can't just throw to the middle of the field. I can't just throw to Andrews. I have to look at my first, second, third option, sometimes even fourth. I have to spread the ball around because we know how most guys thinking. He's only going to throw to Andrews in the middle of the field, or he may throw to Hollywood, and then they'll double. They'll spy these players, and while other players are open and Lamar's not looking, I think what I'm expecting Lamar's growth is he's to look at other receivers this year. I don't think his accuracy is really all that off. I expect him to be more consistent with his throwing mechanics. You know what I mean? With his footwork. I mean, this is starting to be some years now. We have to expect that, and we can't keep, coddling him. We have to say, hey, you need to show that your mechanics can be consistent for a season. You know what I mean? Especially with this looming contract. But he's going to get paid. He deserves to get paid. I want him to get paid because he is our offense. He's our total offense. So I just think that he definitely needs to show also that when push comes to shove, if he can't run out of the pocket, if they just have defensive ends and people just sitting there waiting for him to go outside of the pocket, that he can show that he can make the reads, have his mechanics down, and win games as a passer, as a drop back passer. That's what I expect for Lamar this year. To hit numbers outside, to hit receivers outside of the hash marker, outside of the numbers. So running backs, I hope Le'Veon Bell plays. I think out of all the signings, I'm a big Le'Veon Bell fan. People say his style doesn't work. We're gonna see today. Latavius Murray seems like a definite good pickup. You know what I mean? So we should see. I think running wise, we should be okay. But hopefully the line gets a push. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your predictions for the season. I got us losing no more than 6 games. 6 games tops is our losses. You know what I mean? 6 games tops. So I think we will be in the playoffs. What is that? 11-6, 11-6, 12-5. That's why I see our ranges right there, especially with these losses. Yeah, that's where I see it. But yeah, let me know what you think. What's your predictions for the season? Who do you think is going to be the MVP this year? This offensive MVP this year, I say. I say I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm going, instead of saying Lamar, I'm gonna say Hollywood. I think Hollywood is gonna hit 1,000 yards this year, and I think he's gonna hit 1,000 yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns. I would say a little over 1,000, at most 1,100 yards receiving, and 8 touchdowns. I think Sammy Watkins is gonna put up 6, 7 to at the most 800 yards receiving. You know what I mean? That's my thought. I'm aiming high, and I think Andrews is going to get around. I think Andrews is going to get around 700, 800 yards receiving as well. So we should see. Maybe I'm aiming too high. I think that Rashad Bateman's going to come in. He's going to mess around and get around 300 yards receiving in the regular season, around 300, 400 yards stops in a regular season. We shall see. I think Devin Duvernay is going to have a bigger role. I think he's going to, and I think they're going to use Devin Duvernay right. I really think that they're gonna get Devin Duvernay the ball quick, use him on screens. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, we've seen how teams use them screens, and they get to be, man, like, well, it's hard to defend. A quick throw to this guy and just let him pick up 4 or 5 yards. I mean, that makes it so much simple. It's like an extended run. I mean, I think that I don't understand. Out of all these years, 20-something years I've been watching this team, like to me, it just seems like we've hardly ever utilized screens. And then you watch teams like Steelers and fucking the Patriots. They'll throw a screen quick, and they'll be like, and they'll get a lot of yards off this stuff. I'm like, yo, I don't understand, why aren't we using more screens? So I think this year we're going to use more screens than we've had in the past years. And I think our defense is going to be still a top 10 defense with the losses. I really think so. So, like I said, let me know what you think. Drop a comment under the video. Please hit the like button so I can get the algorithm going, and I can start to get my stuff in rotation. And share this. Get other people to like it. And you know what I mean? Let's have some really good Ravens content, man. Again, this is your boy Yasha Yahoo. This is Black Man's Thoughts. Shalom.